How y'all doing? I was a bad kid in second grade. No, really, I was. I can remember the third week of school, another kid was making fun of me. And pretty soon, we were yelling back and forth. I got suspended, and it kept happening over and over again. I would flip desks, I would flip chairs, I would throw pencils or paper on the floor at another student. I would whip down pictures in the hallway. One time, a student bumped me, and I started to punch him. I remember feeling angry or sad most of the time. You might wonder why. I was struggling so much. When I was only 4 or 5, my mom started dating a man who hurt me. This isn't easy to talk about, but I want to tell you what happened. This is a story I wrote when I was only 9 with my therapist. Once upon a time, there was a young prince. He had some bad days in school, some not so bad. He used to get bad punishments. The mean knight would tell him to stay in his bedroom. He would say, "I will be there in a minute." Then the mean knight would talk with the prince's mother, the mean lady. The prince felt very scared. In his mind, the prince would think he's coming to hit me. The mean knight came into the prince's bedroom and repeatedly punched the prince in his legs. The prince felt very sad. He also felt very angry with the mean lady for just sitting there and watching the mean knight hit him. A few days later, the prince was preparing to leave for school. He asked the mean lady if he can take a snack. She agreed. The mean knight was already in the car waiting for the prince. He was driving him to school, and the prince felt very scared about being alone in the car with the mean knight. When the prince tried to tell the mean lady how he felt, she said, "He's not going to hit you, just calm down." The prince felt very defeated. His thoughts, she's lying, and he felt like the mean lady would never believe him. The story goes on, but basically the hitting kept happening and happening. I kept my coat on so no one would see the marks on my arms, but I was getting more and more bruises. And I was getting too hot to keep the coat on, so I finally told my teacher. Then I ended up living with my grandma. So that is why I was so angry. Child Protective Services, or CPS, helped me get a therapist, Miss Angela, who got me connected with Mr. Ben from the Student Advocacy Center because I was getting suspended so much and I was so angry. Mr. Ben would come into the classroom, help me with my work, walk the halls with me, and he helped the school get a special plan for me so I can get more support in school. He helped me get into a different school and get the right support system. Mr. Ben and I went to basketball games, went to Detroit Pistons games, and we went to the Henry Ford Museum. We would hang out and talk. He is someone I trust and feel very safe with. Having people support me and care for me is a big difference. I wasn't getting suspended anymore. I was starting to feel successful. I started getting involved in sports. This year, my cousin is struggling a little bit, and it made me want to share my story more. I told him to start taking walks to get his feelings out, to talk about his problems with me and others. I'm only in 7th grade, so my story is just beginning. But I want you to know how important it is for young people to have caring adults and people to talk to. And places like the Student Advocacy Center. We aren't really just bad kids. We are kids who are struggling, and with the right support, we can do great things.